On behalf of the faculty and staff, welcome to the awards and hooding ceremony for the Medical University of South Carolina College of Pharmacy, class of 2021. These graduates have walked a long and difficult road to get to this moment. The last legs of this journey have been new territory for all of us. The class of 2021 was able to withstand the impact of the COVID pandemic that began in their third year and lasted throughout their fourth year. We, the faculty and staff, feel particularly privileged to share this afternoon with this exceptional class, their families and friends, and those of you joining us via live stream. We chose the Gilliard Auditorium for this ceremony today because it maximized the number of people who could be here in person. We are also live streaming this event so we can be live, be safe, and be inclusive as possible. We're going to begin this afternoon's events with the presentation of graduating student awards. The Honors and Awards Committee always has a difficult task determining the recipients of these awards. Faculty, staff, preceptors, and students are solicited for award nominations. The committee, made up of faculty, staff, and student representatives, determines the award recipients. Dr. Anthony DeClue will present our first award.
The Excellence in Clinical Communication Award honors a graduate who has exhibited high academic achievement and superior verbal and written communication skills. This year's Excellence in Clinical Communication Award recipient is Hannah Coker. In addition to teaching Hannah over the first 3 years in the curriculum, I had the unique privilege of precepting Hannah on 2 different month-long rotations during her final year in the program. 1 community clinic rotation and 1 academic rotation. While it was her first rotation during her 4th year in my community clinic, she made unique and profound contributions to our team and for our patients. Just a couple of these wins include engaging in a wealth of self-directed research on an atypical disease state in a young child in order to address the concerns of the child's grandmother and offer accessible explanations of the child's unique challenges. Additionally, she expanded and managed a callback program for patients starting new medications, an incredible service during COVID-19 where patients were getting less face time. On our academic rotation, Hannah utilized her effective communication skills to enhance the practice of her student peers, offering personalized and insightful feedback to students in mock patient counseling scenarios. Hannah has a unique can-do-it attitude, is remarkably sound in her clinical knowledge, and a natural interacting with patients and providers alike. She's greatly poised for success post-graduation. Hannah, congratulations on recognition of this award for which you are most deserving, and thank you for the positive impacts you have made for our college and the communities we serve. There's more. Dr. Pat Wooster will present the Merck Awards.
Afternoon, everybody. Congratulations to all the graduates. It's my pleasure to present the Merck Academic Excellence Awards. These awards are presented to 2 graduates who exhibit outstanding achievement in the study of pharmacy. And this year's Merck Academic Excellence Award recipients are Jessica Crane and McCall Cannon. While they're on their way up, let me just tell you a little bit about these 2 award winners. Jessica and McCall had identical grade point averages that ranked 3rd in the class. I can't read, my printer's no good. Jessica was the College of Pharmacy SGA representative and also secretary of the Rokai Pharmaceutical Honorary during her 3rd year. And she'll be doing a residency at the University of Florida Health Science Senator Shands Hospital. McCall was a student ambassador and participated in the supplemental instruction program and was also the Rokai liaison to the Reading Partners program, which is a child reading program. And she will be completing a residency at Prisma Health Upstate in Greenville. Congratulations.
Another book.
You notice they gave me the biggest award to give. Oh, gotta get a picture, sorry. Next, Dr. Christy Bertain will present the Outstanding Community Service Award.
Congratulations to everybody. I was reflecting on my way here this morning that you all just seem like P1s not that long ago. So I have the pleasure of announcing our next award. The Outstanding Community Service Award is presented to the graduate who has made significant contributions in the Charleston community through his or her community service activities as a College of Pharmacy student. This year's Outstanding Community Service Award recipient is Brianna Davids. I have had the pleasure of working with Bree for the last 4 years in APHA ASP, where she served as president-elect and then president, and she has been an absolute joy to work with over her time. And I think one of the most impressive things, despite her activity in so many different organizations, is that she has reported near 300 hours of community service during her time, and I think that that's an incredible and a lot of work in addition to all of the other, so congratulations. Dr. Hall will present the Outstanding Diversity and Inclusion Award.
The Outstanding Diversity and Inclusion Award is presented to the graduate who has made significant and positive contributions toward advancing diversity and inclusion within the College of Pharmacy and the Medical University of South Carolina. This year's Outstanding Diversity and Inclusion Award recipient is Kiana Ross. Dr. Ross was selected to receive the Earl B. Higgins Student Leadership and Diversity Award, which is a university-wide award, earlier this year. She also completed her MBA at the Citadel as part of our dual PharmD MBA program. She served as president of the Student National Pharmaceutical Association and vice president of our chapter of the Pharmacy Leadership Society, Phi Lambda Sigma. Her next stage of career will take Dr. Ross to New York City, the Big Apple, to complete a fellowship with Pfizer. Congratulations. I would now like to call Dr. James Child to the podium to present the Outstanding Innovation Award.
The Outstanding Innovation Award is presented to a graduate who has contributed new, creative ideas and fostered innovation within the College of Pharmacy and Medical University. This year's Outstanding Innovation Award recipient is Amy Harrington. Amy actually competed in Charleston Startup for a healthcare mobile application that allowed patients and provider and caregiver to connect. She also served as the Student Innovation Ambassador since her P2 year, and is currently serving as the president of the organization. She has also worked on innovative approach using information technology to improve patients and provider interactions. And congratulations to Dr. Harrington. And Dr. Scott Brad will present the Outstanding Interprofessionalism Award.
Congratulations, everybody. The Outstanding Interprofessionalism Award is presented to the graduate who has participated in and made significant contributions to interprofessional initiatives on the MUSC campus. This year's Outstanding Interprofessionalism Award recipient is Bailey Bass. Bailey has participated in an impressive amount of interprofessional activities during her time at MUSC. I had the privilege of working with Bailey as an advisor for MUSC's Presidential Scholar Program, where she collaborated on interprofessional student engagement work as a student scholar, and then as a fellow, she mentored a student scholar project for a year long. She completed the Institute of Primary Care Fellowship, Interprofessional Education Fellowship, and multiple interprofessional elective courses. Bailey has also made a significant impact as an executive board member and director of international relations with the Foundation of International Medical Relief of Children. Bailey's advocacy for under-resourced communities and work across professions is truly remarkable. Next year, Bailey will continue her training as a pharmacy resident with the Ralph H. Johnson VA Medical Center in Charleston, South Carolina. Congratulations, Bailey. Dr. Kathy Worrell and Dr. Jason Haney will now present the Outstanding Leadership Awards.
Thank you, Dr. Bragg. The Outstanding Leadership Award is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities throughout their time at the College of Pharmacy. The awards committee selected 2 recipients for this award this year. The first recipient is Haney Barakat. I've really enjoyed getting to know Haney these past 4 years. We've worked together pretty closely in a lot of capacities through Phi Lambda Sigma and our Student Ambassador Program. This year he served in a regional position within Phi Lambda Sigma and just did an outstanding job helping to grow other chapters around the country. His leadership and service to the college and the medical university were recognized through the university last year when he was inducted into the MUSC Student Leadership Society. And even though he's done all those great things, I think the characteristics that have made him so successful are his positivity, his servant attitude, his humility, and his infectious smile. And Haney will also be joining the Ralph H. Johnson VA Medical Center to do a residency along with several of his colleagues. So we wish him well. We're happy that we're keeping him in Charleston this year and look forward to working with him some more. And Dr. Haney will present the second Leadership Award.
The second graduate selected to receive the Outstanding Leadership Award is Ryan Duschak. I've had the pleasure to get to know Ryan over the past few years. He's truly a Renaissance man and a model leader for our profession. He's well respected among our faculty and his classmates, and in fact, he was even nominated for this award by one of his peers. He's also elected president of the College of Pharmacy's class of 2021, and Ryan is always professional and respectful in his dealings across campus. He's a true advocate for our colleagues across campus. Ryan's a man of integrity who can address sensitive situations, build trust, and create a collegial environment. He was elected to serve at the university level as the MUSC Honor Council Executive Vice President, where he diligently worked to uphold MUSC's commitment to the integrity and ethical standards of all healthcare professions on campus. Ryan has honed many of his leadership skills during his over 20 years of service to our country. He's currently a first sergeant, which is a senior non-commissioned officer of the U.S. Army Reserves. He's a skilled saxophonist, excellent pharmacy clinician, husband, and father. Dr. Duschak will begin the next stage of his career along with several other colleagues as a PGY1 resident at the Ralph H. Johnson VA Medical Center in Charleston. So they're getting a lot of good leaders there. Congratulations, Ryan, and thank you for your service. Dr. Dave Shirley and Dr. Sandra Garner will present the Pharmacy Practice Awards.
Good afternoon. The Outstanding Pharmacy Practice Award is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated excellence in pharmacy practice throughout their advanced pharmacy practice experiences. The awards committee selected 2 graduates to receive this award. The first recipient is Nick Silvestri. Teaching and closely mentoring Nick over the last 4 years has been an enormous privilege. Some highlights that I've appreciated have been his exceptional personal growth, watching his innovative thoughts and ideas being put into practice, seeing his courage to aim high and achieve big, all wrapped up in a caring and fun attitude. You know this with Nick. His stellar performance on my P4 academic rotation challenged him in the areas of teaching in self-care therapeutics, pharmacy law and ethics. I watched him develop a political skill set in his work through the state association with me, and I encouraged his interest in honing his own skills, his own mentoring skills, which he's done a great job with. I got to see the culmination of all the work and the passion that he put in to this degree and how much he cares and values our profession. I'm so excited that he will be staying on to complete our PGY1 residency or community pharmacy residency here at MUSC and look forward to his bright future. Dr. Silvestri, job superbly done. I'd now like to call Dr. Sandra Garner to present the second award.
Good afternoon, everybody. Congratulations, class of 2021. You've come a long way since ClinApps 1 and P1 year, right? This is a great class. I can say I've had a lot of you on rotation, so I was really fortunate this year to work with a lot of these award winners. But my job now is to present the second recipient of the Outstanding Pharmacy Practice Award, and that is Katarina, aka Carly Sisk. So I had the honor of precepting Carly on her general pediatrics rotation in July. It was one of her first, but she came well prepared because she survived both Dr. Joe Mazur's ICU rotation and research with Dr. Roger White. So for those of you who aren't familiar with our process, our students on rotation are evaluated based on their ability to complete entrustable professional activities, right? So as I thought about what to say about Carly, I kept coming back to those 3 words and how they really could be used to describe her. So entrustable, because I could entrust her with the care of my little pediatric patients and to maintain the integrity of pharmacy and integration of pharmacy into our pediatric healthcare team. Professional, because that describes her in every interaction with our patients, families, and other healthcare professionals. and activities because of her tireless efforts to ensure every activity was complete, from admission med recs to ensuring correct med list on those after-visit summaries, and educating our patients' families about the what, the why, and how of their child's drug therapy. Sort of stressful for families usually, but she did this regardless of how long it took or how late it was in the day. So I felt fortunate to have Carly on my rotation this year, and I'm happy to announce that she will be continuing her postgraduate training at MUSC in the pharmacotherapy residency program. So Carly, congratulations on this well-deserved recognition, and I can actually recognize you now without a mask. So congratulations. Dr. James Starrett will now present the Outstanding Professionalism Award.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, class. The Outstanding Professionalism Award is presented to a graduate who has shown exemplary professional behavior, integrity, compassion, and respect while representing the College of Pharmacy. This year's Outstanding Professionalism Award recipient is Dr. Zachary Crane. Zach is a true professional. His character is a model of excellence recognized by not only the faculty, but also the peers. He's just been impressive in his ability to maintain an even keel in every situation that I've seen him in, from the practice labs, the classroom, leadership positions, and also I had the fortunate opportunity to work with him on rotations. And I don't think he ever looked tired, despite the fact that he and his wife had 2 twins during the program. That in itself is pretty darn impressive. Now, yeah. While many of you are going off to residencies, it was something that I know Zach was looking at. But his professionalism is so impressive that he actually interviewed for an ambulatory care pharmacist position and accepted that. And he'll be moving on to the next stage of his career as an ambulatory care pharmacist in the Florence area. So congratulations, Zach. Dr. Nicole Pilch will now present the Outstanding Research Awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations. Haney was just reminding me on rotation, a month ago that I was with you all during your P1 year during one of the early leadership gatherings, so that just seems to fly by that we're sitting here now. So I have the opportunity today to present the Outstanding Research Award. This recognizes a graduate who has performed exemplary research while as a student in the College of Pharmacy. The awards committee selected 3 graduates to receive this award, and I'm going to have them come up individually so I can talk about them as they come up. The first recipient is Sarah Bruner. So I have been very fortunate to work with Sarah Bruner. She notes a couple of her favorite projects amongst multiple projects that she's been involved with research, specifically benzodiazepine dosing with status epilepticus in the ED, diversity, equity, and inclusivity within pharmacy interview panels, among several other projects. I was a little, wanted to make sure that she emphasized her pediatric transplantation poster as well that she presented at national meetings. She clearly incorporated research into her pharmacy career, and she's well positioned for her residency moving forward, so congratulations. Technical difficulties with masks. Our second award recipient is Karen Lee. So Karen was nominated by more than one faculty member for her research. She's worked in Dr. Chow's lab and has had research that led to publications. She's also worked with Dr. Nines regarding hyperresponders in Plavix post-pipeline embolization. I'm not sure what that is. And was very active with me as a third year, leading a group of third-year PharmD students, a lot of you in this room who are graduating today, that implemented a transplant education program. And I did promise Karen that we would get that paper submitted by the hooding ceremony, and I'm happy to say that we submitted it this morning. So, congratulations, Karen. And our last recipient is Madison Salam. I don't know Madison as well, but I think it really speaks to the fact that she was nominated by one of her peers, which is an extremely high honor, as you know. In reading Madison's research experiences, I'm very extensively impressed, hoping that we can get her to come back to maybe do a fellowship with us as well. She conducted several research projects prior to entering MUSC and completed several projects while here at MUSC, specifically with Dr. White, surrounding some Monte Carlo simulations and MRSA decolonizations in the NSICU. And clearly being nominated by her peers is a huge honor, so congratulations, Madison. And up next, Dr. Shannon Drayton will present the Outstanding Scholastic Achievement Awards.
Good to see all of you. Congratulations. The Outstanding Scholastic Achievement Awards are presented to the graduates who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic qualities throughout their time in the College of Pharmacy. The awards committee selected 2 graduates to receive these awards. The first recipient is Ryan Smiley. Ryan earned the highest grade point average in the graduating class, a cumulative grade point average of 3.99. He is our first honor graduate. Ryan will be working for Walgreens in Columbia, South Carolina, and they're very lucky to have him. The second recipient of the Outstanding Scholastic Achievement Award is Mallory Bradbury. Mallory earned the next highest grade point average in the graduating class, a cumulative grade point average of 3.98. She is our second honor graduate. Mallory will be working for Publix in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I'm always in awe of students who have these types of GPAs upon graduation as the assistant dean of our curriculum. Please join me again in congratulating these students on their outstanding academic accomplishments. Chris Wisniewski will present the Excellence in Pharmacy Awards.
All right, I'd like to start off by congratulating myself for remembering how to tie a tie. It's been a weird 15 months, but here we are. And it's not about me, it's about you, so sincerely congratulations to all of you. As the drug information faculty member, it is my privilege to, more often than not, present the Viatris Excellence in Pharmacy Award, which used to be the Mylan Award, but pharmaceutical manufacturers merge, and so now we've got Viatris. This award honors a graduate in the top 25% of the class who demonstrates high professional motivation and superior proficiency in drug information services, and this year's recipient is Landon Johnson. Landon has been a large presence in the college from very early on in his pharmacy education. He is a part of ROCI, where he, as president, led the group to a national project proposal award. He's also involved with the Phi Lambda Sigma Society. He was a student ambassador. The list goes on. He came on rotation with us in the Drug Information Center in August, so at the height of this craziness of 2020, demonstrated sound skills that he honed over the 3 years of his didactic education, and obviously scholastically he performed quite well. During the rotation, he was able to show us about his love and passion for Frisbee golf. And so I am very excited and sure that they have many very nice courses in Knoxville, Tennessee, where Landon gets to spend his next 2 years as the University of Tennessee pharmacotherapy resident. Congratulations on this award, Landon, and on your great accomplishments and bright future. Oh, it's your birthday? Should we sing? Okay. Dr. Mark LaPointe will present what I think is the final award, the William A. Proud Award.
Great work with the tie, Dr. Wisniewski. Well done. What a joyful moment. Congratulations, everyone. And personally, last year, I did not have the chance to thank you for the award you gave me, so I still cherish it. Thank you very much. Dr. Worrell, every year when she invites me to speak, she knows I'm going to go off script, and here I go. So last year, remember, in the spring of 2020, when COVID hit, in the midst of the suffering in the OSCE and the OSLE lab, I remember calling Ryan, said, Ryan, we have to come up with something else. And plan B, C, and D are not options. Ryan said, what's the plan E, Dr. LaPointe? I said, I don't know, but we need to come up with one, and we need to make sure the dean doesn't hear about it. So Ryan, thank you. I was hearing Ryan and Mallory for your awards. I have to publicly say to you that when one of my questions was missed by either one of you, that forced me to look at my questions, and 99% of the time, or 99.9% of the time, I was wrong. So thank you both for being my barometers. I cannot also pass the opportunity to salute our international students, Maha, Lama, Faten, Hana. I'd like you to stand up. And I would like the faculty and the graduate to join me in actually applauding for your accomplishment this year. No one knows what it's like to leave your country, leave your family behind, and commit 3 years, put your career on pause, leave your family behind, or bring your husband along and end up raising a baby who is now 3 years old. So Faten's daughter is 3 years old, and most of the classmates probably did not even know she was a mother as well. So congratulations to the four of you. It's unbelievable what you have accomplished in the last 3 years. So back to the program, because I know Dr. Worrell is pacing right now. It is my pleasure to present the William A. Proud Award. This award is named after a former dean of the College of Pharmacy. This award is presented to a graduate who has achieved a high scholastic average in pharmacy practice courses and demonstrates excellence in the practice of pharmacy. And the recipient for this year is Dr. Lama Al-Fahid. I do not have a plaque, but we will certainly take advantage of the picture. It is now, I'd like to invite Dean Hall back to the podium.
Oops, I need to lower it again. Thank you, Dr. LaPointe, and congratulations again to all our award recipients and each of the graduates this afternoon. During their studies, they're among our graduates those that have achieved special recognitions and accomplishments. I want to take a moment to recognize these individuals. Rho Chi is Pharmacy's Academic Honor Society. Rho Chi selects its members based on academic achievement. The top 20% of the class is invited for membership. Rho Chi graduates are wearing purple and white cords. Rho Chi graduates, please stand to be recognized. Phi Lambda Sigma is the Pharmacy Leadership Society. Members are selected through peer recognition for their exemplary leadership and service to the profession, high moral character, and scholastic achievement. Phi Lambda Sigma graduates are wearing green and gold cords. Phi Lambda Sigma graduates, please stand to be recognized. Student ambassadors represent the college to prospective students, their families, alumni, preceptors, the university, and external communities. They are our face of the college. Student ambassadors, please stand to be recognized. Haney Barakat previously received the Outstanding Student Ambassador Award. Recognizes his exceptional service to the Student Ambassador Program. Haney, please stand to be recognized. Supplemental instructors are peer tutors who work in conjunction with the Center for Academic Excellence to assist students in mastering didactic coursework in the pharmacy curriculum. Supplemental instructors, please stand to be recognized. The Center for Academic Excellence previously recognized Sarah Bruner, awarding her the Outstanding Supplemental Instruction Award. Sarah, please stand to be recognized. The college offers a concurrent PharmD Master of Business Administration degree in conjunction with the Citadel School of Business Administration. PharmD MBA graduates, please stand to be recognized. MUSC is a leader in interprofessional education. The university offers students the opportunity to participate in several interprofessional programs, which will be highlighted next. The Interprofessional Education Fellowship encourages interprofessional engagement among students and faculty. Students who meet the specific program requirements earn the IPE Fellow designation. IPE Fellows, please stand to be recognized. The Institute for Primary Care is one of 2 interprofessional programs available to health professional students through the partnership with the South Carolina Area Health Education Consortium, or AHEC. Students who complete the program requirements earn the IPC Fellow designation. IPC Fellows, please stand to be recognized. AHEC Scholars is a second interprofessional program offered in partnership with the South Carolina Area Health Consortium. This program focuses specifically on primary care for rural and underserved populations. Students who complete the program requirements are recognized as AHEC Scholars. AHEC scholars, please stand to be recognized. The Presidential Scholars Program is one of the first efforts at MUSC to bring together students from various health programs. The Interprofessional program explores complex social, political, and human issues of broad interest to healthcare professionals and biomedical researchers. Students who complete the program requirements are recognized as Presidential Scholars. Would the Presidential Scholars please stand to be recognized? One final group I would like to recognize today is our veteran graduates. Ryan Duschak and Jacob Rennenbaum, please stand to be recognized. Please join me in congratulating all the graduates who earned special recognitions. At this time, I would like to introduce our speaker, Mr. James Hodges. When Mr. Hodges crossed this stage at his own MUSC College of Pharmacy commencement 50 years ago, he made history as the college's first African-American graduate. He went on to a successful career as an independent pharmacy store owner, running the cash discount drugstore in St. George, South Carolina for 30 years. He has been an entrepreneur, a community leader, and ongoing inspiration to our students. Mr. Hodges was recently awarded the MUSC College of Pharmacy's highest alumni honor, the Distinguished Alumnus Award, in recognition of the impact he has made on his community, the college, and our profession. You can read more about him in the program. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Hodges to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Hall. Good afternoon. This is a wonderful occasion. Okay, thank you. That's a relief. Wow. For a few minutes, I'd like to just say a few words to you all. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us all rejoice and be glad in it. To Dr. David Cole, President of the Medical University, South Carolina, Dr. Philip Hall, Dean of the Medical University College of Pharmacy, the esteemed faculty, Alumni Association, and you, members of the College of Pharmacy, class of 2021. It's a high honor for me to have this opportunity to speak to you for a few minutes. It seems like yesterday, but it was a long time ago when I came through the situation. And I want to say this before I get started. When I came to the graduating class of 71, my wife and my daughter was present, and today they came again. This time our daughter's grown. That time she was a baby, and we had a good time. But to move on, my fellow pharmacists, it really is a high honor to have this opportunity to just say a few words to you all. You've taken the final step towards obtaining your license to practice pharmacy. And you have to really appreciate that, because there's a lot of folk who started on this journey didn't make it. But you all made it. And it's nothing that was so good that you all did, but some people are cut out to do this work and some are not. And of course, it kind of takes care of itself. But to move on through this short speech that I have, the curriculums that we have in pharmacy really prepares us to go out and meet the public and take care of their needs once they have left their doctor's office. I sometimes wonder, did I do it exactly right, or could I have done more? But then there are limits on what we are supposed to do. And I started with that just to make sure that we all are aware of that, and try not to be the one who tried this, but it has not been approved for patient use yet. But you're trying it. Some people did that. Some people try things, but we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to follow our instructions that we are given. That's key. You follow that, and you'll be okay. When you consider today, as I'm speaking for a few minutes, to you as a registered pharmacist, soon to be, this is a very honorable profession. People really enjoy talking to their pharmacists. Back in the day, and some now, they refer to us as druggists. But whatever they say, they're talking to you. And they're trying to explain their situation. But they'll tell me that, you know what I'm saying, I just can't tell you exactly what my problem is. Well, I'm not a physician, so I have to just listen so I can know how to give them the directions. But they were in the right place when they came to the drugstore. They only needed an over-the-counter preparation. And of course, after talking to them a little bit, I was able to recommend an item. They tried it. After a week, they called back, and they were so happy. I want to say that because sometimes in the drugstore, it gets really busy. Really busy. And the patient does not understand exactly what the problem is, but they know they have a problem. And we've got to learn to take some time with the patients that are facing us, waiting for a relief. And of course, when they get that relief, you don't have to tell anybody where you are. They'll tell them for you. They'll make sure that that's where you need to go to. Because people have problems all the time, but we tend not to have the time or don't take the time to listen to them as to what they're saying and how they're trying to explain it to us. Excuse me. I'd like to just give you a few encounters that I had while I worked for about 46 years as a pharmacist. When I first started in the independent drugstore, I realized that I wasn't where I was supposed to be as a student, but I was in the right school because I wanted to be a pharmacist. And I was told what to do. I followed those instructions, and of course it worked out quite well for me. And I mention that because sometimes we run into a situation that we try to do it ourselves, but we fail at accomplishing what we want to accomplish. But we can do anything in America that we so desire. It's not difficult at all. It's just a means of asking, and asking the right person. I've asked already. No, ask again. Don't ever give up on what you are trying to do. You need to have that, what they call stick-to-itness. You stick to it, you'll be okay. I'm sure if I can stick to it, you can too. And I'm old now. However, a few of the encounters that I've had with patients deal with over-the-counter medications. Patients who are traveling and they have passed all of the big drugstores, they passed the emergency room, but they're at a small town now, and 3 miles off the interstate, they just pull in and they stop by and talk to you. This is what I need. They have a prescription bottle, nowhere near their name, but they don't know what I'm going to ask them. And once they explain their situation and what they need, then I start asking my questions. I need to see your credentials. I need to know who your doctor is, and I'll call your doctor and let them know where you are and what you need. No, they back up from that. Well, if what they were telling me initially was true, they would have stopped by the emergency room and got it taken care of. But they decided to come to a small town where they could maybe say a few things and, of course, be taken care of and on their way. It doesn't work that way. Now, I want to say that early on because I may forget it. The license that you get when you pass the board and whatnot, that's in your name. And you will be accountable for what you do. Always remember that. We are accountable. And we are checked. Sometimes we're checked more often than you would like, but we are checked. And they look at it closely. If you deal with indigent patients and have a large Medicaid profile, Medicaid is going to come and check it too. They want to make sure that we are doing what we say we are doing. So be mindful of what we're set out to do. You do that, you stay right on course, and you'll be okay at the end of the day. You know, when you go home at night, you want to sleep. You don't want to worry about, did I give them the right medicine? Was that the right dose? Sometimes the drugstores get so busy that I'll say it this way. Never let the drugstore get too busy that you can't do what you're supposed to do for the patient that's in front of you. That patient is next, and you go through it methodically, taking care of that patient. Because if you don't, you are asking for problems that you created yourself. The patient didn't do it. And you know, you don't have to fill every prescription. Every prescription is not made to be filled for that patient. You see, the doctor probably got a telephone call in the midst of seeing that patient and had to take it. And rather than going back through what he was doing, he just go ahead and write that prescription out because he was talking to somebody else, and it could be I don't want to say the wrong medicine, but it wasn't designed for that particular patient. He wanted to use that medicine, but he wanted to use a different strength. That's all I'm saying. So we have to be very, very mindful of what we do in our profession. People depend highly on the pharmacist, and I'll give you a few examples. Elderly ladies would come to the drugstore. I was new. And some, they said, well, he's too young. He can't fill a prescription. He doesn't know that. Well, I can understand what they're saying. My hair was black. It wasn't white. I was young. And, of course, they said, well, I'll be back later. Well, the next person came in, also an elderly person, decided to explain their problem to me. And, of course, after talking a little bit, this patient didn't need to see the doctor, just an OTC product. I recommended it. The next week, she came back. She was so happy. She said, oh, you don't know how good I feel. You took the time to listen to what I needed, and it was the right item. All that's at our disposal. Taking care of our patients. if you're in the pharmacy and you're rush, you got to stop. Look at what you're doing and make sure that what you're doing is exactly on time, like it's supposed to be. Because things happen. We are human. Things happen. But I learned early not to create a problem for myself. The road to get to owning your own drugstore was not an easy road. That's a long road to travel. But I always wanted to have my own drugstore. And when that day arrived, I just could not believe it. I just could not believe I had a drugstore. But for 30 years, we operated that drugstore. My wife worked with me. My daughters, I trained them to work to meet the public, not to be a pharmacist, but to meet the public. That's important. My boys was the same, teaching them how to use a computer system, so on and so forth. They had that in school as well, but some things are different. And going through that process, it really helped me to understand and grasp how important what we do for people is so meaningful to them. All of them will not come back and tell you, but some will. Some will find your door to let you know that I sent Miss Jones back to you, and she was so happy. You gave her the right medicine. Now, it's not that she got the wrong medicine last time. What she had wrong with her, she didn't need that kind of medicine. But that's what she said it wrong. And when you ask patients questions, you got to kind of keep questioning them to make sure that you're doing what they're asking you to do. Now, luckily, you will fill most of those items with using a prescription. Sometimes a doctor will bring a prescription in to you for his patient. Now, that's unusual for a doctor to bring a prescription in. Take time to do that, but that used to happen too. And he got the prescription. It wasn't the first time he did it. He did it a couple of times. And I wondered, why was he picking up this patient's medicine? Lo and behold, that afternoon, we heard he had committed suicide. People have all kinds of problems. You don't see it in their face, but it's around them. So we have to be really careful on what we do. Because when you sit down before the judge and he looks over his glasses, he's going to ask you some good questions. You need to be able to answer them. So this person, even though at that time, when those prescriptions was being filled for his patients, he had it right. But the problem wasn't for the patient, it was him. He was the problem. He had the problem. And he committed suicide. Now, I happened to be in the drugstore at that day, but I wasn't the one that served him. But that doesn't make any difference. It bothered me to know that this person had a problem so severe that he couldn't talk to anybody. He's surrounded by the medical community. That shouldn't have happened. Somebody missed it. See? So we need to take time and listen to the folk as they walk through. We have people traveling up and down the interstate. Our drugstore is about 3 miles from the interstate. Small drugstore. They have to pass 2 big drugstores to get to my drugstore. No, 1 big drugstore and 2 small drugstores, then mine. And of course, they walked in. I'm running a fever. I need to get this prescription filled so I can go on my journey. So, well, you have no refills according to this bottle, but I can't fill it without a new prescription. Oh, you can give me a few pills until I can get. I said, no, I can't do that. You're asking me to break the law, and I can't do that. I want to work longer than tomorrow. I want to work till I'm able to retire. Without getting in any long conversation, I referred them back to the emergency room that they passed, or another emergency room up the road. He's still looking at me, thinking I'm going to give him the medicine that was in this bottle. First of all, it's a controlled substance, And what he was complaining with, it wasn't a pain. Now, I got to decipher all of that while I'm working. Is it hard? No, because you're trained on what to do and how to do it. And all I'm saying is, make sure when you fill a prescription for a patient, this is what the doctor was asking for. And this patient understands how to take it, how to use it properly. It says 1 twice a day, not 1 3 times a day. Now, that seems to be that's not hard to understand. But some people say, you know, it makes me feel better when I take more of it. But it's not designed for that. We need to be, I won't use that word, but we need to be sure, as we can be, that patients follow our instructions and let them know the importance of it. If something happens, they can call you, and you can call a doctor for them because of what they're complaining of. Now, a few more things that I had encountered. The prescription department back in the day was a little bit different than it is now. It was easy to access. So there are people who could jump over the counter and do what they want to do and out. It happens so fast, you can't collect yourself. Make sure your doors are locked that have access to the prescription department. That's very important. People are brazen. They'll walk right into your prescription departments, and they may not have a bottle in their hand. You see, they don't care who's in the store. It doesn't matter. You got to be mindful of what you're doing and how you do it. The community is not hard to serve at all. I served them for 30 years without a problem. And I say without a problem. I had some concerns, but I followed those, exactly what I'm telling you all, that's what I did. And it worked. It worked very well. I had people to come in from Florida, again. This man had a handful of prescriptions. We wanted OxyContin and all kinds of, you name it, he had a prescription for it. And he had to hurry up so he can get on back to his home. His home was about 200 miles away. Now, he went that far to get that medicine and lived. Anyway, he wanted me to fill his prescriptions. So first of all, I don't carry that kind of quantity. That's number one. Number two, I don't carry that particular drug. He got real quiet. He looked at me again and he asked me. Now, at this time, I'm in my new drugstore. My old one burned down. That's another story. But anyway, he could not go across the counter at all. When I spoke to him, I was much taller than he was. Anyway, make a long story short, he decided that since I wouldn't fill his prescriptions, he started to make a few other requests. And I said, sir, if you can get your prescriptions filled, I guess, I'm not sure, because I didn't take the paper. I saw it and I stopped him. I said, if you go back 30 miles, that's an ER, or 25 miles in the direction you're going, that's another ER, and you can perhaps get what you need. I don't know, but you can try that, because here, I don't even stock a prescription like that. He looked at me like I was crazy. Well, I didn't carry everything. I carried what we used. And people sometimes tend not to believe what you're saying. But I learned how to talk to patients. Irregardless of how they talk to me, I learned how to talk to them and explain to them how we operate. He wasn't pleased because he didn't get what he wanted, but he left the drugstore, and that was a relief for me because I didn't know what else he had in his pocket. They do that this day and time. You know, they take more than a pencil to the drugstore. people do things now that they didn't do many, many years ago. So while you're on your endeavor, while you're on your journey as a pharmacist, if you work in a community setting, or if you work in a private setting, it doesn't matter. If you work in a large store, it doesn't matter. Be watchful, be careful on what you do and how you do it. When I was in the first started, we had very few females, very, very few. But today is different. Ladies, you got to be vigilant. You know, you have to be watchful. People carry things now that they didn't carry before. You have to be very, very careful. And when I say careful, it has to be important for you to come out of the prescription department to go out and show them something. See, he's asking one thing, or she, but there's something else that they want. So just be careful. It's a good profession. I enjoyed it, and it's still good. But the people have changed. The customers, to some extent, not a lot, but it shouldn't happen at all. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't happen at all to be harassed by people. They want something that they can't get. So as you embark on your journey, if it's going to be a retail setting, it's good. I go to one all the time for my wife. I'm very blessed. I don't have to take medicine. Medicine is good, though, if you need it. And I see people all the time that I used to serve. But all I'm saying is the drugstore is a place that people go, and they need to go, they have to go. And always be ready to serve them, try to understand what they are asking you for. Try to, now you'll never accommodate everybody, but there's somebody who can reach their concern. You just got to give them that direction. If you do that, the wind will always be at your back. But if you can't, you just tell them you can't, because you don't know what they're asking. You can't address that. Sometimes people think you can do things you just can't do, and you got to make sure they understand that. Once they understand that, you always got a friend. But if you don't take up some time with them, then the word kind of moves around, and your numbers may drop. So congratulations on your accomplishment. You become a pharmacist. When you get your license, hold it tight now, because drug inspectors come, and they do check. No, I'm serious. They do check. Drug inspector checked me one time. Well, not one time. First time, I made an honest mistake. And of course, I didn't try to hide it. I said, yeah, I did that. He said, well, you know what you did? I said, what did I do wrong? He showed it to me. I said, oh, wow. I corrected it. He was happy, and I was happy. I didn't try to snore him, you see. And before I closed the store, D-Heck came by to see me. Now, they didn't know I was closing. Everything was still the same as I was working every day. And she checked me thoroughly. She didn't miss anything. And there was one item that I had always kept it, and the staff would always do it. She asked that question, and I had the staff to give it to her. She was elated. She said, my goodness, this is the first time I found this in a store. When I asked for it, they try to tell me why they don't have to have it. Well, when you go back and check your literature, they'd be supposed to have it. It's not, well, I won't say it's not mandatory, but she was happy that I had all my credentials. So as you embark on this journey, put God first, and the wind will always be at your back. You don't have to worry about it. You just do what you're supposed to do, and you'll enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hodges. We are truly honored to have you with us this afternoon. Before you sit down, I'd like you to stay at the podium for a special announcement. On behalf of the MUSC Alumni Association, it is my distinct honor to share with you and officially announce the creation of the James L. Hodges Class of 71 Alumni Association Scholarship. This permanent endowment of a scholarship funded by the MUSC Alumni Association will support need-based scholarships to underrepresented minority students within the MUSC College of Pharmacy. Our hope is that this scholarship will help provide a foundation for our students as leaders and trailblazers following in your legacy, its namesake. Now I invite Dr. Kathy Worrell to the podium to present the graduates for hooding.
Graduates and guests, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Graduates, please prepare for hooding. In order that everyone can hear the names of their loved ones, we ask that you hold your applause until all the graduates have been called and vested. Bear with us one moment while we get everybody in position so we don't block anybody's view. Dr. Hall, I present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree. Graduates, please come forward as I call your name to receive the office and symbol of your profession and degree. Sydney Christine Amar. Hannah Alshake. Maha Aldugame. Lama Al-Fouid. Fatin Al-Humadin. Julia Pugh Anderson. Haney Bassam Barakat. Summer Marissa Barber. Bailey Bradford Bass. Joyce Ann Labai Biaco. Rashana Blackwood. Sheridan Javonta Boyd. Wendell Mallory Bradbury. Sarah Bruner. Anne Catherine Budden. Adrian Louise Bush. Ashley Collins Bird. Montana Elizabeth Jacqueline Campbell. Jessica McCall Cannon. Ashlyn Noel Chisholm. Hannah Coker. Benjamin Collins. Jessica Nicole Crane. Zachary Tyler Crane. Sarah Criddle. Brittany Ashlyn Cunningham. Faith Ellen David. Brianna Davids. Sana Zulfikar Dosaji. Jason Dressel. Lauren Elizabeth Dubose. Molly Rose Duffy. Ryan Duschak. Donarica Eclavia. Tori Lee Furry. Danielle Melissa Flynn. Lindsay Elizabeth Godman. Jillian Rose Guin. Sally Ling Guan. Amy Elizabeth Harrington. Landon Mark Johnson. Abigail Lee Justice. Erin Michelle Lockey. Joshua Paul Lager. Maggie Reeves Langdale. Maggie is being hooded by her sister, Dr. Faith Langdale, class of 2018. Jiaying Li. James Lindsay. Mora Masia. Harriet Stewart McGowan. Emily Christine McTish. Lauren Nicole Mitchum. Tung Thay Nguyen. Joshua O'Rara. Heathal Patel. Timothy Grant Rains. Jacob Richard Renenbaum. Anthony Rodriguez. Kiana Janae Ross. Madison Alicia Solemn. Catherine Ann Saunders. Jackson Boone Siegel. Rachel Nicole Silman. Nicholas Vincent Silvestri. Katarina Sisk. Brian Matthew Smiley. Cody Jonathan Smolt. Lauren Elizabeth Strickland. Tatiana Alexis Timor. Christina Q. Tran. Robert Clark Walker III. Ella Catherine Williams. Carly Elizabeth Wilson. Danielle Latrice Wise. Sydney Nicole Caslow Wooten. Marley Bray Young. Linda Jang. Graduates, please stand. Everyone, join me in congratulating the MUSC class of 2021 Doctor of Pharmacy graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Worrell. Please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Worrell and the class of 2021. Please accept my personal congratulations on all your achievements and dreams that were realized this afternoon. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Jason Haney, faculty advisor for the class of 2021, to lead the graduates in the oath of the profession of pharmacy.
I'd like to take a couple of seconds just to say a few words of congratulations to you all. So 4 short years ago, you all entered our classrooms for the first time as students with excitement, curiosity, energy, and maybe a little bit of anxiety. And you've learned a lot of science, of medicine, maybe even some law over the short period of time. Your confidence may have wavered at times, but you've been diligent, self-disciplined, and you've persevered through some uniquely challenging times in the past 15 months, for sure. I've enjoyed seeing you all grow in the beginning of your pharmacy career, and I'm excited to call each of you colleagues and fellow pharmacists. I want to challenge you to remember that excitement, curiosity, and energy, and to commit yourself to being lifelong learners. Continue to research new ideas and learn from others, as well as your mistakes, because everyone eventually makes them. Mistakes are opportunities for growth and only a failure if you don't learn from it. Commit to helping teach others and stay engaged with our profession. Be an advocate for pharmacy, but more importantly for your patients. Congratulations on your graduation and best of luck to you all. We look forward to hearing about all of your amazing accomplishments. Class of 2021 Doctor of Pharmacy graduates, please stand and turn to face your family and friends. All pharmacists present here today are invited to stand and join the graduates in reciting the Oath of Pharmacists, which can be found in your program near the back. Everyone, please raise your right hand and recite the oath together with me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I'm entrusted by the public. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Haney. I would now like to invite Dr. Dave Surley, immediate past president of the South Carolina Pharmacy Association, and Dr. Jason Mills, immediate past president of the South Carolina Society of Health Systems Pharmacists, to the podium to extend the graduates their welcome to the profession. Dr. Shirley.
It's my honor as the immediate past president of the South Carolina Pharmacy Association and as one of your pharmacy educators to congratulate you on your tremendous achievement and welcome you to our profession. Our State Pharmacy Association includes pharmacists in all types of practice settings: retail, hospital, long-term care, academia, residencies, and many more. Our aim is to advance the science and practice of pharmacy, protect our profession from outside forces that may cause it harm, and to improve care for the patients we serve. Some of our most effective endeavors have centered around targeted education and legislative efforts in South Carolina that have helped advance and protect our profession. Some of these successes include expansion of our immunization protocols, diabetes and hypertension medication management therapy practice opportunities for South Carolina pharmacists, reversal of unfair reimbursement practices by third parties, obtainment of an opioid education grant to increase public awareness to help prevent the loss of life due to the opioid crisis, and that's just to name a select few. Every day in Columbia, the staff, the board members, the lobbyists work hard to fight for pharmacist provider status, for workplace conditions in pharmacies, and for changes in our State Practice Act that will advance the pharmacy practice. It's only possible because our members, students, technicians, and pharmacists, have chosen to stay involved and help in the fight. Personally, I found membership, I plugged in early on when I graduated, and I found that membership to be invaluable in as a practicing pharmacist and as an educator. It has really helped me develop in this career, and I'll tell you, this career gives back so much to you. I'm almost 20 years into it, and I'm still amazed at how much it gives back. And I'm going off my commercial script here for a second. I can't wait to see how surprised you all be as to how much it's going to give back to you. And so because of that, it's worth protecting. So I would ask you all, no matter where you go, whatever state you go to, plug in, help advocate, serve your profession. It's going to be amazing. Back to the commercial. And it ends there. Basically, on behalf of the State Pharmacy Association, I'd like to wish you the very best. Welcome to the profession, and I can't wait to see your successes. Thank you. I would now like to introduce my friend, Dr. Jason Mills, the immediate past president of the South Carolina Society of Health System Pharmacists.
Woo! Thank you, Dr. Shirley, and thanks to the college for allowing me the opportunity to welcome such a fine class to the proud profession of pharmacy. But before I extend my congratulations and welcome to the class of 2021, I would first like to apologize to Dean Hall. I was going to wear my formal robes, but I couldn't get my beard through the hood. But I would also like to take a moment to thank the people behind this class. I'm speaking to the families, the spouses, and the friends. The journey that this class started on has been riddled with stress, time constraints, competing obligations, anxiety, and doubt. It's because of your support, your pushing, your urging, that got these fine men and women through the rigors of a pharmacy curriculum. And to that I say thank you. But the journey isn't over yet, and now I turn my attention to my new colleagues. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the experience of often being the smartest person in the room. But don't let it go to your heads. And to the friends and family in the back, help me keep them in check. Now, you just took an oath. Now, I would highly recommend you obtain those words, write them down, print them off, and have them posted somewhere where you can refer to them often. Because you're now a healthcare professional. And that means you are responsible for the health and well-being of people. And people, they can kind of be challenging. There is no easy button where you're going. Whether you're jumping right off into the workforce or continuing on through a residency or a fellowship, people are going to expect you to make decisions. The days of bouncing ideas off of your preceptor and have them co-sign and validate your thoughts and recommendations, they're over. They're gone. You will now be the individual responsible for that signature. And if that gives you just a little bit of fear, then I'm doing a good job. It means you understand you're not going to have all the answers off the top of your head. It means you'll have to use those skills of researching and learning that we've helped you develop. because by now you realize there is no thing that is more valued in this world than the health of your fellow men and women. That's why you're here, right? I mean, it's why you put yourself through all this, or at least I hope it is. Because each of you knows you have the capacity to teach, to treat, to care, and to console, and to positively impact people's lives. And it is for those fine qualities and measure that on behalf of myself and the South Carolina Society of Health System Pharmacists, I welcome you to the rank of pharmacist. Enjoy the journey. I know you will make us all proud. Thank you and congratulations. Dr. Chessman, they're all yours.
Thank you, Dr. Mills. Well, MUSC College of Pharmacy, class of 2021, you made it. And I think that everyone over there and behind me would actually say it's really good to see your faces. I enjoyed tremendously watching you all walk up, see the joy on your face, and actually see your face for the first time in quite a long time. We've really been through a lot. You guys have been through a lot, so congratulations. On behalf of the MUSC Alumni Association, I get to be one of the first to welcome you to the family of the MUSC College of Pharmacy alumni. The MUSC College of Pharmacy, or something named something like that, has been around since Chester Arthur was president. I don't know how many people, if they were listing presidents, would have listed Chester Arthur as a president, but that was 3 years after Thomas Edison was credited with inventing the first light bulb. So we've been around for a while, right? Who can guess who wrote some of that? Roby. He likes our history. In 1881, the Medical College of South Carolina created a Department of Pharmacy, and that was one of the first of its kind in the Deep South. After a little start in 1882, with a little stop, the School of Pharmacy has trained future pharmacists since 1894, offering the degree initially of graduate in pharmacy, which was called a PhD. And then in 1936, the program of study, which led to a degree of Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy, was started. And in 1973, the post-baccalaureate Doctor of Pharmacy degree was also started, which your school was one of the first in the country to do that. We started a PhD program in 1982, and finally in the 90s, the entry-level Doctor of Pharmacy program, from which you graduate today, was started. Tomorrow, you join the more than 4,100 who have graduated from this college and more than 30,000 who have graduated from MUSC, including myself and many on the stage with me and in the wings here today, as well as many of the teachers, preceptors, bosses, spouses, friends, sisters that you have interacted with over your past 4 years. I'm very proud to be an alumnus of the MUSC College of Pharmacy, as I hope you are. It seems like only yesterday that I attended your white coat ceremony and watched all of you walk across that stage and get your white coats, the symbol of what it means to be part of this profession. The room was filled with excitement, anticipation, as Dr. Mills said, a little bit of anxiety. You didn't think it was going to be easy, but man, you did not anticipate what it was going to be like. None of us could have anticipated what this last couple of years have been like. There have been ups and downs. Our world was completely upended by COVID. But it just reminds us that just like this College of Pharmacy, the world is constantly changing. We don't know what's going to face us tomorrow. We don't know what it's going to be like in a couple years from now. But your pharmacy education prepared you to be adaptable, to adapt to change with the times, to be adaptable to changes in your lives, to be lifelong learners in a world where the information is coming at you so fast that it's hard to catch it all. Remember Pharmacotherapy 1? It came so fast. You're like, what is this? to be givers of your energy and time to the profession and to your patients in ways that we know and in ways that we can't predict. So whether it's a COVID vaccine clinic or the next health threat that faces us, you guys are ready for it. You've been prepared, you can adapt, you can lead us through those challenging times ahead. Many of you will go into the community pharmacy to serve your patients. 30 of you will be entering postgraduate residency training. A handful of you are going into industry fellowships. Oh, the places you will go. Next year is only the first of many, many places that you will go. But no matter where you go, remember, we're your family. We'll always be your, we'll always be your family. MUSC College of Pharmacy will be there for you. And just like with your family, we want you to keep in touch. Drop us a text, send us an email, give us a phone call, drop by periodically. Take our students on rotation, send a check every once in a while. Keep in touch. That one came from the dean. Keep in touch with us. We have been for the last 4 years, and we will continue to be your family. So on behalf of the MUSC College of Pharmacy Alumni Association, I officially welcome you to the MUSC Alumni. Good luck with your future pursuits, and don't forget to keep in touch. Congratulations. I would believe that would be Dr. Hall next.
Now, I really wonder how many of you panicked that Dr. Chessman was going to make you write a TPN or calculate the fluid needs for your patients. But thank you, Dr. Chessman. This concludes the 2021 awards and hooding ceremony. I want to thank the class of 2021. I hope that during your 4 years you've been inspired, but I want you to know you've also inspired me. Your unquenchable spirit in the face of this pandemic is something I will never forget and always appreciate. You are truly an extraordinary class. I also want to thank the families, faculty, staff, and friends who took part in today's event here, as well as joining us via the internet. On behalf of the faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends of the MUSC College of Pharmacy, thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow morning at the MUSC graduation. Thank you.